My name is Dave Salyer, and I was a client of ESGallon and Associates. Back in about 1984, I was working in construction, and I was on my way to a job driving a van. In the process of another accident happening in front of me and me getting out to help out, I ended up being pinned between vehicles. I had a rather severe fracture to my wrist, my right wrist, and I was right-handed until my left leg. I was in surgery within an hour of the accident. I was taken to Miami Valley Hospital. I didn't know anything about bills. I didn't know anything about how I was going to handle my time off from work. I didn't know how I was really going to navigate life at all. Things had suddenly gotten out of control, and I was hurting. And I knew I was hurting, and I was in surgery, and it was painful. They put pins and wires in my wrist. It was through my employer, oddly enough, that they said, well, maybe you should get a lawyer. That was an auto accident, but I was also while I was on my way to a job. So I called ESGallon Associates, and I hired actually two lawyers, one for the workers' comp and one for the auto accident claim. And ESGallon did a tremendous job, really, of both on the workers' comp case as well as the personal injury case against the insurance company for the person that was at fault for the auto accident. I was able, through that process, as a client, to rely on ESGallon and the attorneys to do the very best job for me, and they did that. They actually did that. And in the workers' comp claim, they were able to get my medical bills paid, so I didn't have to worry about those, and even a percentage of my income while I was off from work, and all the awards that went with that under the workers' comp system. That actually helped me to survive, to be able to go through all of that while being completely off work. And at the same time, I had a lawyer for the auto accident, so that when the auto accident claim finally settled, I was able to get enough of a recovery that I was able to take that money and invest it really in a new career. You see, from the accident and my injury to my wrist, that had harmed me in such a way that I couldn't bend my wrist any longer. And because I couldn't bend my wrist any longer, I couldn't hold a hammer any longer. I couldn't do a hole punch any longer. I couldn't do those things that I'd really come to enjoy for 6 years in construction. When the doctor told me that, then I had to evaluate what can I do. And part of that was the success that ESGallon had done in resolving my claim. I took a portion of that money and headed off in a new career path, and ultimately went to law school and became a lawyer. And what's interesting now is that I am an associate attorney with ESGallon and Associates, the very law firm that represented me as a client and did such a tremendous job of gaining my trust, that they really knew what they were doing, that they were really interested and concerned for me, and that in that process I was able to take the best of a very bad situation and redirect it into a new career, such that now I'm not you thinking about whether to retain ESGallon. I actually was you, and now I'm on the other side of the fence wanting to gain your trust, and I think we're up to the task. So I'm asking you, if you have a case that you think, well, the lawyer just doesn't care, he just doesn't know what I'm going through. I can tell you, I do. Give us a call at ESGallon Associates. My name is Dave Salyer, and I'm an associate attorney for ESGallon.